Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. It is our favorite time again. It is JoyToy Warhammer 40k. We have Heroes of the Chapter release. These are all Ultramarines. So, all got their cellophane on. Let's have a quick look at the boxes one by one. Looks pretty cool. Let's get to the back. Just basically a repaint with some added extra bits, like on the shin you can see that there, but looks nice and a great addition. I wonder if these guys are carded or not. 11.7 cm high, if you want to know the height. Okay, so the first one. Next one, again, looks pretty cool. Different paint work we can see there. Not too much different on him as well. Looks cool the way he can hold his gun here. So just different paint apps basically. A little bit different things here and there, but nice to have. Again, he's 11.7 cm to the top of the head, and then the last one, he's got obviously the banner which looks really good. This is going to be the popular guy out of the bunch because he's got the most different about him. Again, 11.7 cm. But not much else different about him. He has different paint apps. Again, you can see on the shoulder, on the pauldron there, and whatnot. Look pretty cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my very, very sharp knife, cut the cellophane off, unbox these, set them up, and let's take a look. So let's get into this. Okay, here they are. They do look good. Now, bear in mind, and I keep saying this, that every subsequent release of the JoyToy Warhammer 40k stuff looks better and better. I'm not saying these are looking better and better. You know, I think the Imperial Fist, the yellow ones I reviewed recently, are probably the best looking ones now, or approaching. These do look really good though. They are a little bit different to the other Ultramarines. We'll have a close look in a second. In fact, we'll have a close look now. But first, I'll tell you some things that I'm not keen on, which I've noticed on these guys, maybe because of these gold accents, but you can see on some of the armor, like the pauldrons, the gold is actually come off the border and onto the actual blue part of their armor. Like you see quite a lot around here at the base there. Maybe I'm just being picky. So this is the first guy here who's doing that same sniping pose we saw in the box. He can do it really quite well. Looks very, very cool. Notice on the back they have the Ultramarines icon there, which a lot of the other Ultramarine stuff didn't or doesn't have. Cool again on the shoulder, on the leg, on the knee, and we got the checkered pattern on the other knee. Very cool. The seals on the gun, and like most of the 40k guns, the magazine, the clip can come out. He does hold that particularly well. I just made him let go by taking that magazine out there. There we go. Very, very nice looking figure. Next one is our standard bearer guy. Now he'll be difficult to show close because the standard will start flaying around. It is actually quite heavy. So I'll take the standard out. We'll look at the standard first. This is fantastic. I think this done a cracking job on this, on the sculpting, the mold. A bit too reminiscent at the top of a Nazi double-headed eagle, I think, but never mind. Great work on the sculpting on this, on the paint apps, the shading you can see there. No spelling mistakes and Ultramarines that I can see. Looks really nice, and yes, it does swing. Now, it does have some weight to it. Nice inking on the gold eagle. It does have some weight to it, so it can be difficult to pose your figures with it. And also this shaft here is quite wide, so you might have to change to one of the other hands to grip it nicely, but it does look great. The figure again looks really quite cool. The magazine does come out of his gun. I'm loving that sort of shading on the head there, where it sort of darkens, and also on his backpack. Good iconography on the shoulders coming around to the back. Now, we're not going to see anything new on articulation here. We've seen articulation before. So when I go for articulation a little bit, I'll just show it on one. It's going to be the same on all of them. He does look particularly good, I have to say. Very nice. Okay, let me make him hold this again quickly. And you're going to want to have this on the floor as another balance point, because it is heavy. And the last guy, yeah, the sword is a bit with that blue. Just could have been a lot blended a lot better, but looks nice. Small pistol on him. Again, we got some bleed of the gold into the blue around the pauldrons. Lovely on that sort of gold eagle in his shin armor there. And some bleed of the white, you can see just about in his knee cap into the blue there. Looks really cool. Lovely on that dark inking effect again, that sort of known oil effect there. Looks very, very good and nice again on the iconography on the shoulder. And again, they all came with name cards because they are heroes. A great looking bunch of figures. Fantastic work again by JoyToy. They really are knocking out the park with this 40k range. Okay, let's take a look at articulation. He's the same guy I just picked up. Articulation is the same on all of them. We'll take his weapons out of his hands though. So starting the top to bottom back, the nozzles do move on the backpack. I just knocked out his little holster there. Head, left, right, up, down, small side to side, just about. Arms all the way around. There's no ratchet, but there is the push in, pull out joint, so you can go up slightly further as the joint starts to pull out, but too much further and that'll pull out completely. So not great on the lateral raise. Again, I keep saying this, the pauldron should be connected to the arm here, not at the top or the middle. Then you got a lot more range of motion. Bicep bend is fantastic if you can line it up with nothing in the way, because it's a double joint. Look at that, nice and tight. Wrist is a barbell, so you can turn and you've got direction in all ways. There's upper body, trunk, forwards, backwards, not really side to side, you can turn. There's a waist turn. Hips is not bad, but the sculpting gets in the way. There's a thigh turn. It's a double kneecap, very tight considering the bulk, but you can get this nasty looking sort of knee there with these sort of big gaps. There is a boot turn, there is a small boot twist, there's a tippy toe, there is a very small dorsiflexation, and then they have this very nice toe articulation, which can help with some poses, particularly running poses or running and shooting poses. So they do have good articulation as we, well, especially for the bulk, as we expect from this line. JoyToy have done a great job on this, just pushing it a bit tighter. Right, let me get his sword and his gun back in, and then we'll do a size comparison with some other figures. If you guys have not done so already, please consider joining the Patreon to support the channel, see a lot more extra content, and get extra and free entries into the awesome Action Toy raffles that we have. Stand up. Okay, let's do a size comparison. Okay, I've spaced them apart. That was magic. Let's do a size comparison. First, I'll start with something I've used before for comparison, but not for a long time. This is a big figure. This is a Halo Brute, which is 1/18 scale. And you can see that the Brute is bigger, but they do scale well with him. Next, I'll use another Halo figure. This time I use the, I don't think it's released because I haven't seen it apart from me having it, and maybe one or two other people in China. The Sergeant Johnson, Johnston, I forget, from Halo. He is going to be tiny in comparison to these Marines, but they do scale well in terms of 40k sort of lore and actual size. And I'll get another Marine from Halo to put next to him as well, so you can see what the scaling is like between the two lines there. Bear in mind the Spartans are a lot bigger in size. We get a good idea of their scale there. Then lastly, I will, how do I do this? I'll take his sword out. I'll stick him slightly behind the brute. And I'll get a regular Ultramarine here. And we can see how everything scales together in this sort of family shot here. Great figures, great job again by JoyToy. Worth picking some up. If you're collecting just the Ultramarines faction and you've got an expensive hobby ahead of you, if you're collecting everything like I am, you may want to sell your fingers, your toes, your liver, your kidneys, your heart and your lungs, because it is expensive, but they are worth getting, at least getting some. And particularly out of these three, this guy here, because you get the that great looking banner. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys signing out, saying please like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Check out the rest of the content. There's over 1,000 videos for you guys to enjoy. And again, please do check out and support the Patreon if you can. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.